Well, hey guys, what's going on? Jamie here. Wanted to do a quick video here. I'm going to try to make it quick and introduce you to Tech Trades and Hero FX. This is a platform whereby you can have a copy trader trade Forex for you on your behalf. And as you guys know, Forex trades Monday through Friday, so you can actually get returns during the week. Obviously, the Forex market is closed on the weekends, but this will trade for you. It's a set it and forget it type of platform, very similar to NVFX. The copy trader is Tech Trades, that's the product, and Hero FX is the third party broker. So we'll talk a little bit about Hero FX. They're a much new, they're a newer broker. They're actually not regulated, so I want to be very clear about that. They're not regulated. However, they do have great customer service, and for the type of trading that Tech Trades does, Hero FX does fit the bill. So, the way Tech Trades, the bots, the way they operate, not every broker would want to. I don't know if I can say would want to have them, but they are very aggressive bots. In fact, you know what? Let's go ahead and take a look at these bots real quick, and then I'll kind of circle back. Then I'll give you some bullet points, let you know a little bit about it. And if you want to get started, I'll show you how. I do want to be very clear. This is not for the faint of heart, guys. This is very high risk, okay? But also in exchange for high risk, though, there's the possibility of high gains as well. As a matter of fact, if we take a look at what the bots have done, there's two bots. There's the smart bot and the hyper bot. Let's go to the FX book so you can see what they've done. Of course, I do want to say, guys, that I am not a financial advisor. Never take anything I say as financial advice. It's important that you do your own research and your own due diligence if you're going to get into anything that creates passive income, whether it be in crypto or in this case, Forex. There is risk involved. You are trading, you are exposed to the market. There's market risk. And then, as always, there are no guarantees. So only put in what you can afford to lose, guys. Risk capital only. So again, these are very aggressive. Hyperbot is the more aggressive of the two. Smartbot is the lesser aggressive bot, but if you look at it, it's still pretty aggressive. So if we take a look at Hyperbot, here it is in my FX book. So you can track all of this stuff. But if you look over here, let me scroll down here. Here you go. For August, and we're still actually in August. What do we have? Like another 2 days, 2 or 3 days in August. But so far for the month of August, they've done 158.73%. Okay, 158.73%. So if you kind of just pull out a calculator and do some simple math, 158, let's just say, let's round it down to 158%. And let's say there's 20 trading days in the month. Now that's not exactly accurate because you gotta go into the month and count how many days. I'm just giving you like a roundabout number for easy math. Let's just say there's 4 weeks in a month. Each week has 5 days. So 4 weeks times 5 days is 20 trading days. 158% divided by 20 trading days. That's just under 8%, pretty much 8% a day that it's done. So, obviously logic should tell you that this is pretty aggressive. Okay. So if you're gonna get into this, understand that this is not for the faint of heart. This is aggressive. And there are days, not every day is a winning day. Like I've been watching it a little bit, and there are losing days. As a matter of fact, that just this past Friday, I'm doing this video on a Sunday. Just this past, was it Friday or Thursday? I got to check. But just a few days ago, it was a losing day. So not every day is a winning day. They are trading after all. And again, it's pretty aggressive. You can, there is a possibility you can lose all your funds. Okay. You can have a blown account. They haven't blown any accounts. But in trading, in Forex trading, I've seen it before. You can, get your account blown. So again, only get into this if you know what you're getting into and you're okay with the risk and you're only putting in risk capital. The other thing I do want to say right out the gate, because again, I don't want to say this at the end of the video, then waste your time and have you watch the whole video and say this at the end. I'd rather say it up front. If it's not your thing, you log off or cut off this video and then, watch the next one. But there is a minimum of $1,000, okay, per bot. So if you're going to get into one bot, it's 1,000. If you're going to get into both bots, it's 2,000, 1,000 per bot. So again, if you want to play with lesser than that, this may not be the the vehicle for you if you are willing to put in 1,000 per bot. And again, you don't have to go into both bots. You can go into one bot. I do want to be upfront with that. So let's take a quick look at SmartBot. This is the FX book for SmartBot. Now this is the more conservative of the two. However, it's still pretty aggressive. I mean, 84% so far for the month of August, 84.26%. So if you do this is kind of, easy math, right? 84%. Let's just assume there's 20 trading days. Again, you got to figure out how many trading days there are in August. I didn't actually count. But if you just take 4 weeks, I just explained this. If you take 4 weeks, 5 days during the week, that's 20 trading days. So 84, that can't be right. Is that right? 84% divided by, let's say, 20 trading days. Yeah, that's still very aggressive. Okay. So again, the target, okay, for the hyperbot is about 6% a day. Now, there are days, it's not exact, but what the bot does is it tries to aim for 6% a day. If it hits 6% a day, and some days it doesn't. Some days it does less. Some days there's a loss. If it hits 6% for the day, it cuts off, and it shuts off for the day because that's the target. The smart bot, the target is 2% a day. Some days it might go a little bit over, I guess. But and some days it might lose. Some days it might not hit it. But if it hits 2% a day, it'll cut off. So yeah, this is, you can see here, just, again, take a look at this yourself if you want to get in. This is again, like I said, for the third time, this is not for the faint of heart. Now, HeroFX is the third-party broker. There are other brokers you can use for this, but HeroFX, like I said before, it does fit the bill because they are open to the way these bots trade. Okay, these bots trade in the Nasdaq, so they're quick trades. They're in and out trades. Some of these trades are like 90 seconds, 2 minutes, very quick, very quick. So sometimes you're not even able to catch it if you're watching it on your MT5, but some brokers don't like that. Okay, so in fact, again, I don't want to go into rehashing kind of their situation with their past broker, because prior to HeroFX, Tech Trades was using another broker, and they did run into issues with that broker. And the broker said, "Hey, the way you guys are trading, even though they said it was okay in the beginning, they said the way you guys are trading, we're not able to honor, some of these profits." And there was an issue with withdrawals, and all of that made them switch brokers and go to HeroFX. Okay, HeroFX is okay with the way these guys trade. As a matter of fact, there's a Zoom webinar where I believe he's the CEO of HeroFX. He's actually on a Zoom with Marvin, who's the guy who put together these bots, and some of the other team leaders. And they're going through a whole, like, an hour-long Zoom, and they're explaining, how they do things. And it's pretty interesting if you want to see, kind of who the people are behind. Now, again, they're not showing their face, but you can kind of hear from them, what their thought process is, why they created HeroFX, and why HeroFX is a fit for tech trades. Okay, so let's go ahead and I'll take you through some of these bullet points. I'm not going to go through, well, I'll go through all of them, but some of them I'll kind of skim. Some of them I'll spend a little bit more time on. But this is kind of, the things you need to know, to make an educated decision, right? So Tech Trades is just about 10 weeks old. It's not starting today, but it's not old. Okay, it's fairly new. It's only been around for about 10 weeks. With these type of platforms, by the way, a lot of times, the beautiful thing about these platforms is, Tech Trades, they it's a copy trader. Okay, but the funds will stay in your account. In other words, they don't have the ability to withdraw from your account. However, there's still a risk because you're still kind of at I don't want to say the mercy, but, like, brokers can still, um, suspend your withdrawals, et cetera, et cetera. We've seen that before. Now, these guys, they said they're not going to do that. But again, there's nothing guaranteed out here. So again, that's why I always say, only put in risk capital. Okay. Um, KYC is required, just like other, Forex brokers, KYC is required. The KYC is pretty fast. For me, I actually tried to get KYC done. I was actually rejected or declined, not rejected, declined. I was declined, and then I had to go and resubmit because I guess they didn't like the form I was using. So that's why it took me a little while to, even though I've been watching this for a little bit, I'm actually just making the video now because I wanted to get my KYC approved first before I go ahead and put some bigger funds and kind of run from there. But once I resubmitted the proper document, the KYC was almost instant. It was like a couple of minutes later. So KYC is pretty quick. HeroFX is a third-party broker. TechTrades is the product. This is copy trading. It's not a PAM. So it's not a PAM account like some of the other things that we've seen. This is more of it's a copy trader. Okay. HeroFX is very new, but the customer service is very good. I mean, that's one thing I will say. I did send in a support ticket, and I thought the support ticket was going to be answered like within 24 to 48 hours. And in fact, it was answered like in a couple of minutes. So, not bad, not bad at all. TechTrace has two bots, Hyperbot. Target is 6% daily. So far in August, it's done 158%. SmartBot target is 2% daily, 84% in August. So again, it's even the conservative bot of the two is still pretty aggressive. So again, just that should tell you, hey, you know what? Risk capital only. Again, I mentioned before, Hero Effects 1,000 minimum per bot. There is a performance fee, okay, of 20% for the week. So any profits that they help you create, they're going to take a 20% performance fee, which is pretty standard across the board. I'm in several different platforms that are similar to this, and a lot of times it's anywhere from 20 to even up to 30%. So 20% is pretty competitive. Now, if your balance falls below 1,000, let's say you deposit, um, $1,000, right? And you start trading, and then let's say they have a down day, or for whatever reason that the balance falls below 1,000, then the performance fee will be 30%. Okay, so just keep an eye on your balance or throw a little bit extra in there, or be ready to throw a little bit more in there just in case it falls below 1,000. That way you don't have to pay that extra 10% performance fee and keep it at 20%. Now, if your account balance is 100,000 or more, the performance fee is 15%. If your account balance is $1 million or more, which probably you're not going to fit in that category, or want to throw that much in here. But I do want to tell you your performance fee will be 10%. So on average, it'll be about 20% as long as you can keep your balance above that $1,000 threshold. Okay. You can withdraw at any time. We've seen other platforms similar to this where you can only withdraw on specific days, one day a week. With this, you can withdraw anytime, as long as you have the minimum withdrawal, $25. But remember, you have to keep at least 20% in to cover your performance fee. Okay. So if you're going to withdraw, don't withdraw your whole balance. Keep a little bit in there to cover your performance fee for the week. Now, a couple of last bullet points here. Hero Effects, as I mentioned before, is not regulated. It's fairly new. I believe it launched the beginning of the year, so just almost 9 months. Now, my thoughts on regulated and non-regulated brokers. I mean, they're all risky in my opinion, right? Just because a broker is regulated doesn't mean it's risk-free. They're all kind of risk. It's like, with different platforms that say, hey, we're audited. We're audited by whatever, hey, auditing company. It doesn't mean it's risk-free, right? There's still risk. We've seen audited projects, you know, uh, go sideways. We've seen audited projects rug pull. Just because someone says they're audited, right, doesn't mean that it's risk free. And again, it's apples and oranges, but that's kind of my feeling with this as well, where just because a platform or a broker says, hey, we're regulated, does it automatically mean they're all of a sudden the risk factor drops or it's risk free? They're all risky. They're all risky. So to me, it doesn't really make that much of a difference. Both bots can have 50% drawdown. So again, still it's risky, right? Accounts can get blown and you can lose your capital. And in fact, there are days where, the bots lose. Okay. They don't win every single day. There is an optional affiliate program if you want to participate in that. It's nothing crazy or outlandish or aggressive. It's pretty standard across the board. Again, with these type of platforms, there isn't much of an affiliate program compared to other platforms that we've seen out there. But they do have an affiliate program. So what is the possible strategy? And again, put together your own strategy. I'm not an advisor by any means, but because this is more of a risky deal, perhaps the way to go is to take profits weekly, right? Until you're risk free. Once you're risk free and you've pulled out your initial deposit and you just have house money, right, or profits in the bots, then, if something were to happen, it would be unfortunate. However, you've already pulled out your seed capital, your whole, and now you're just kind of trading, with profits, right? And with these type of returns, you can make quite a bit, assuming they continue to perform the way they performed for the last 10 weeks. Again, there's no, as we all know, past performance doesn't guarantee future results. So, just take that with a grain of salt. So, yeah, we've looked at the FX book. It's pretty straightforward. This is kind of how you would get started, right? You create your account, you go through KYC, go to profile, uh, go to upload documents, and then go ahead and submit your ID and your proof of residence. Make sure that the addresses match on your ID and proof of residence. Biggest part with submitting your proof of residence, if you wanted to get it approved, is make sure you take a picture of it. Assuming you're taking a picture with your phone and not using a scanner, you take a picture of it and make sure all four corners are in the picture. That was the thing with me, is I think I didn't have two of the corners in the picture and they rejected it. So once you do that, they'll go ahead and approve it. And then once your KYC is approved, you can go ahead and deposit, right? By going to funds, you click on deposit funds. And then here you would deposit to, right? It gives you your main wallet in your Hero FX back office. This is your main wallet. And then you deposit from, my crypto address, which is your personal wallet. So essentially what you're saying, what you're telling them is you're going to deposit to your Hero FX wallet from your outside main wallet. So you click here, you click continue, you put in here the deposit amount. Let's just say you put 1,000, right? It just shows here the minimum deposit is 25, but to get into this bot, you need 1,000, right? So you put in 1,000, and you can choose your payment method option. You can choose USDT ERC20, USDT TRC20, or Bitcoin. So you figure out which one you want to use, right? And then you click continue. Once you click continue, it's going to just, show you the details right here. When you click continue, it'll show you where to send your funds. So you have the address right here. You have your QR code if you want to use that. Once you send your funds in, it doesn't really take long at all. It takes, I don't know, a couple of minutes, and you'll see your funds in your account in your main wallet, right? So let me see if I go back here. In a couple of minutes, what you do is you'll see your funds sitting here in your main wallet. Okay. And then from there, what you're going to do is you're going to click trade copier. So you scroll down here, go to trade copier, and you go to MT5 copier. Okay. And then what you're going to do is you're going to click on open invest account. And then from here, this is just saying you want to create an account, right? It's going to say social trading. You leave it as is. Currency is USD. Leverage is 1 to 200. And then it gives you a password right here. But of course, probably the best thing to do is create your own password. You accept the terms, and then you click on open account. Okay. Once you click on open account, what you're going to do is you're going to go back to the main dashboard. Let me go back to the main dashboard. Give me 1 second. Okay. What you're going to do is you're going to go back to the main dashboard, and then you're going to click on funds, and then you're going to click on transfer funds. Okay. Because you want to transfer the funds from your main wallet to the account you just created. So here you're going to go main wallet. Okay. You're going to have a couple of different options here. What you want to choose is like the top one here. This is your main wallet. Okay. You're going to click that, and then you're going to go transfer to, and then you're going to send it to the investment account that you just created. Okay. So you'll click investment account. You'll click continue. I already did it already over here, so I can't keep clicking continue here, but you'll click continue, and then it'll ask you if you want to, transfer those funds. You approve that. I think you have to approve it. You may not have to, but once you click continue, you go through that process. It'll send the funds over to your investment account. Okay. So then what you do is you go to, you see here, you go to trade copier, MT5 copier, and then you'll see your funds. You'll see your funds in here, right? Which with whatever your account name is. Excuse me. You'll see it in the equity section, right? You'll see your funds right here. And what you'll do is you'll go to leaderboard, and then here you would choose which bot you want to get into. Okay, obviously there's other bots in here. Use these two, right? This is the Tech Trades Hyper bot. This is the Tech Trades Smart bot. So depending on which bot you want to go into, let's assume you want to go into the Hyper bot. What you're going to do is you're going to go to the Hyper, you're going to go to the bot, and you're going to click on Invest. Okay. Now, if you want to go to the Smart bot, you go to the Smart bot. You click Invest. Okay. By the way, if you want to go into the Hyper bot and the Smart bot, you need to create a second investment account and then use that investment account to go into the smart bot. That way you have one investment account for the hyperbot, one investment account for the smart bot, and it's two separate accounts that are linked to two separate master traders. Okay. But for this example, I'm just going to go into the hyperbot. I'll click on invest. And then here you'll have all your details. So I'm already subscribed to it, as you can see. I'm already linked to that master account, but yours wouldn't say that if you're new. You would just kind of come here, you would look at everything, then I'm already active, you would click on you would click subscribe to a master account. You see where here where it says check subscription? If you're new, the button would be blue and it would say subscribe to a master account. There you would subscribe to the master account and then you would be done. And you're basically your investment account, right? Your funds in your investment account is linked to the Hyperbot master trader. Okay. You would repeat that process if you want to go to the smart bot. If not, you can pick one. You don't have to go into both. You can pick one or the other. It's totally up to you. But that's it. You're off to the races. And then Monday through Friday, when the Forex markets are open, this will, it'll trade. And again, of course, it's not open during the week. I mean, not during the week, during the weekend. Okay. So that's pretty much it. Just wanted to kind of introduce this to you guys. Again, I do want to say, like I said before, just looking at these returns, it's not for the faint of heart. Enter at your own risk. Only put in what you can afford to lose, guys. For me, I look at this and say, okay, if it's making 158%, and who knows what it's gonna do, right? It's trading, right? So, if you look at here, it did 158%. Here it did 39.75%. And then in June, right, when it started, it did 178%. So these are pretty aggressive returns. And you might say, well, how come it went down? It went from 179 to 139 to 158. Well, in the month of July is when they had that issue with their original broker, right? That's when they had their issue. The draws weren't working. There was some things that were going on. But yet when you look at it, it still did 40%. I mean, that's what the crazy thing about it is, like, man, they had some issues in the month of July, but they still did 40%. And then here they picked it, they went to Hero FX, and then boom, they picked it right back up. We'll see what these bots do as we move on. Again, accounts can be blown. This is real trading after all. Not every day is a winner. You can lose some or even all of your funds. So again, just know that going in. But again, for me, my strategy is looking at this is okay. Let me go ahead and pull my seed capital out as we trade week to week. And once I pull my seed capital out, which based on these numbers, it looks like I can probably pull them out within the first 30 days. And then from there, it's just profit. It's just, house money, and we can kind of, grow from there and, see how far we can take it depending on how long this thing runs. But again, there's other platforms similar to this that have been running for quite a while. Doesn't mean that this is going to run for quite a while. There's every platform is different. This is way more aggressive than anything that I've ever shown. That has a very similar model to this. So we'll see how it goes. But that's kind of my strategy. Only put in what I'm afford, what I can afford to lose. Pull my seed capital out, then play with house money. Just be risk free, and then let this thing run, and then it'll be hopefully a profit machine as we move forward. But again, that's just if everything works out perfectly. So yeah, I'll leave a link down below. Check it out. Again, do your own research, guys. Do your own due diligence. Follow me on Telegram. I will leave a link for that down below. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Hit that little bell icon. Again, this is not for everybody, guys, but there is a group of people that are subscribed to this channel that love this sort of stuff. They love these platforms where they can make some very big gains. I've had people hit me up, asking me if I'm in this thing, and I've had, friends of mine that, you know, have messaged me saying, "Hey, have you joined this thing? I just got in." So I mean, there is a demographic of people that love this, type of platform. It's again, not everybody does. Some people like that, that 3% a week average, or maybe 1% a day, and they're good with that. And so am I. But again, I do, I'll allocate some funds into something like this, just to kind of, have fun with it, right? So we'll see what happens here, guys. Again, follow me on Telegram, subscribe to the channel. I'll catch you on the next video. Peace.